Yo, what is going on, everyone? We're here just vibing it out like we used to, talking a little bit about Hex. We're going to talk about Pulsechain, the markets in general, maybe a little bit of back and forth comments. And then at the end, we can talk a bit about Mintra, go through the site, some of the new updates today, and yeah, just vibing it out on a Monday. I plan to do these way more regularly now that, we're finally live and out there. And, it's quite a relief to be out there finally. Obviously now it's feedback from the real world, from users and etc., fixing things while the plan is already going, right? But yeah, here we go. So let's just take a look at Hex for a bit. Why won't we? Share my screen. 1 second, y'all. Let me read the chat for a bit. Welcome in. Send it. Nice to see you again, bro. You are my rainbow. Nice. Soundtrack name. Well, one of them was a custom one made by my buddy Outlet, and the other ones was also custom made by Monk Made, a awesome artist. Shout out to him for the 3D animations. Wallysaurus, what's up? Ignore the haters. They probably didn't even support Mintra. Yeah, it's allowed a few, right? It's most often allowed few amount of people that are making the most noise, and the optics make it seem like there's a lot of fun, but in reality, it's like 2 or 3 dudes making the most noise. So that's always fun, right? No expectations, having a good marketplace. Yeah, I mean, it's out there. We built it. We said we would build it, and it's there, right? And those complaining about, not being rich on day one, well, I mean, I don't even think I have to say anything about that. Yeah. If you expect to get rich on day one of a protocol, then you're probably not meant for crypto. So you got cool hair. That's all that matters. Yeah, man. Thanks. Hey, champ. Yo, what's up? What's up? All right, let's get the Hex chart up. Why not? And no more trading view, guys. It's a different era now. When I started making videos back in the day, it was a lot of trading view. But unfortunately now trading view doesn't have the Hex chart, which is lame. I bought my first NFT, the Mintra NFT. My man. Yeah, we'll talk all about that, like the Mintra punks and everything, because those were airdropped over the weekend. I do want to go in order though. So we're going to go a little bit of Hex, right? A little bit of Hex on both chains, look at the charts, a little bit of Pulsechain, and then, PLS chart, PLSX chart. And that kind of leads the way nicely into all of the Pulsechain DeFi, all the Pulse alts, so to speak, the protocols that everyone's building. And I don't want you guys to take this as like, as endorsement of any particular project if I mention it. But let's be real, we're an L1 ecosystem now. We used to be just Hex, just a single ERC20 token on Ethereum. And then now we're a full L1 ecosystem, and everyone got, like Johnny Chaos said, everyone got founder fever, including myself. And I was like, I can launch the next best thing since sliced bread, next best thing since Hex. And, some of us did build some pretty badass products, pretty badass infrastructure for Pulsechain, right? Like we have, like last time I tweeted our world domination checklist. I tweet that every few months or so with updates, and we kind of have a lot of it, guys. We have Pulsex the DEX. We have the consensus network, Pulsechain. We have multiple stores of value like Hex on Ethereum, Hex on Pulsechain. We have a bridge. We not only one bridge, like the official Pulsechain bridge, but we have the Plsx guys who made their bridges to like all sorts of chains. So like BSC and here and there, even the Go Pulse guys, right? They have on-ramps from Bitcoin to Pulsechain. So like all of the bridges are there. We have a couple block explorers that are up. We have obviously Mintra, our NFT marketplace. We have other competing NFT marketplaces as well. And I think there's a place for all of them. They're all slightly different. We have lending protocols like Fiat, right? We have PHUX, like stable swap. And now we have 9inch, some yield farming stuff, limit orders. Like it's all G, guys. We're chilling. We have infrastructure. It's early days. Like Pulsechain is what? Not even, how old is it? 5 months, 6 months, not even half a year old. It's a freaking baby, right? So let's get into this real quick. I'm gonna present, share screen, Opera tab. Let's do Hex. Hex. Where you at, baby? Yeah, so you guys should be able to see that. Should we do that format? Yeah, that format is cool. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, so here we have, let's see, this is Hex on Pulsechain. Wow, not bad at all, right? We are coming up on the 1.4 cent level. A little bit of a bounce from here, right? We went really, really heated. This is the daily chart. We went all the way to 87 like a week ago on the RSI on the daily. Yeah, almost 88. And then obviously we had to cool off a little bit. What's nice and what I like to see is that RSI cooled off a ton down to like 57. And price didn't necessarily cool off that much, but to be fair, it did cool off a good amount. But we're at 1.4 cents, you know, it's like 20% off the top, which is nice. Whereas on the RSI, we are, you know, math is hard. Math is hard on stream. 27% cooled off on the RSI. And like 26% or so cooled off. Yeah, so it's about even, right? We cooled off a little bit. You know, I was going to get a little bullish and say like we've cooled off more on the RSI than on price. And that is true, but just by like a couple percentage points. But that's what I like to see, right? We'll cool off a little. How big was that dip actually? You know, 39.52% dip. Beautiful. It always reminds me of like 2017 when Bitcoin did its run. And, you know, it didn't have anything above like a 40% dip. And the spot where it would always retest was not RSI, excuse me. Let's get a moving average up in here, yeah? I'm curious where the 20 moving average is actually. I actually want to look at this on a weekly. So we're above the 20-day, which is good. Let's look at a weekly. And we're above the 20-week, baby. Yeah, that is good to see. I do love to see me hex above the 20-week moving average. And I like to do what Ben Cowan does and have a bull market support band, right? Where you have the 20-week moving average, simple moving average, and you have the 2021 EMA. And so you get a bull market support band roughly, or bear market resistance band, depending on what season we're in. And yeah, guys, like this is Hex on Pulsechain, right? So forked over Hex, same smart contract, same code. Everyone got their tokens copied over. And yeah, this is that where, you know, the 20-week moving average is about 1.2 cents. 21-week EMA is the same, about 1.2 cents. And we're at 1.4. So that's super nice to see actually, because in general, you like to see during bull markets, price hold above the 20-week and kind of ride it, so to speak. So it's a good line in the sand to see what the sentiment is overall. Usually if we're above it, sentiment is more bullish, and if we're below it, sentiment is a little more bearish. So that's Hex on Pulsechain, right? And what's really fun to watch also is the Hex ratio against PLS. Sorry, just reading the chat. Yeah, the Hex ratio against PLS is awesome to see, because it's like, it's the same ethos, or not the same kind of the same concept as on Ethereum. If you're gonna hold an altcoin, right, in ERC20, ideally you want to see it outperform your ETH. Otherwise, you would just want to hold ETH. And conversely, you know, some Bitcoin enthusiasts / maximalists like to say the same thing. Like if something's gonna bleed against Bitcoin or against ETH, against the blue chips, why hold it, right? It depends on the seasonality of the market. But again, what I like to see here is this is Hex against Pulse. Again, this is P-Hex, right? Or just Hex against Pulse, that ratio. And let's get rid of some of the wicks, right? With just a line chart. And you can see that this is a really nice chart. Pulsechain launch, we're about 100, right? So one Hex got you about 100 PLS. Had a little pump up to 138, came back down, formed this little almost ascending triangle, if you will. Right? It's a nice little ascending triangle. You can see it more clearly here. Let's get a horizontal ray or something. Boom. So we tested this level, came down, tested it again, came down, tested it again, broke through it. And yeah, that was a nice move to the upside. And let's see if it was a textbook break out of an ascending triangle. So let's take the wick. Why not? 100% pump from the bottom, that wick, all the way to this resistance level, about 100% pump. Super nice, from 70 to about 140. Then once we broke through it, in theory, it should be the same move, the same level move. And let's see if we did. All right. So our target would have been around the 280 level or so. So to be fair, we haven't quite reached it, but we did have a nice pump, obviously, after we broke out of this 140 zone. And it seems that we formed this level of resistance around the 218 level or so. And shout out to Axis Alive on a stream the other day. He pointed out like this could be a larger ascending triangle as well, which is pretty pretty interesting, pretty cool to see. So in that case, let's get some date and price range again. Yeah, it was about a 60% pump or so, 50%. So in theory, if we do a textbook ascending triangle and break out of it, you know, this would get us closer to that 300 pulse per hex level, which would be really nice to see. We're at about 240 now. We're already bouncing off of this recent dip we had. So it's really, I think it's useful to look at not only the USD valuations, but also the pulse valuations of any token on Pulsechain. Now let's look at the 20. I want to look at the, let's copy this, open it in your tab, switch to wrapped pulse. I wanted to get the same bull market support band on this. There we go. And there. Oh, wrong one, huh? Trying to get that 21 EMA real quick. No? All right, I'll just add it manually, whatever. So EMA. So this is, again, this is the hex wrapped pulse ratio. And we're trying to get the bull market support band, what that looks like on here. 21 style, boom, boom. Should have had this ready here. All right, cool. So that's cool to see as well. Like, wow, actually, very nice. Very, very nice. Remember how I said in a bull market, you like to see prices above the bull market support band? Well, not only is the Hex USD price doing that, but the Hex pulse ratio seems to have done that and bounced off super nicely off of that band, which is super nice to see, which is, again, bull market incoming, bull market here. You know, it's hard to tell with all the macro going on. Interest rates still pretty much at their terminal rate, 5.5%. Fed meeting coming up in a few days. And, you know, the bond market doesn't expect the Fed to pivot until like next July. We already see unemployment peaking its head above 4%. So are we in a bull market? I don't know, but I think lower liquidity coins in the blue chips will probably bottom out first. So like crypto might bottom out for stocks, and Pulsechain ecosystem might bottom out before the rest of crypto, just in comparison. You know, these are all just speculations. All this is just for entertainment purposes only, not financial advice. But that's kind of where I see things going. So that's really healthy to see. I love to see that on the Hex Pulse pair. Now, let's look at good old E-Hex, yeah? Good old E-Hex. Damn, she pumped. My God. that recent pump was absolutely insane. We found our bottom around like the third of a penny region, and it pretty much almost quadrupled in price, and we're consolidating quite nicely. I like that we didn't just fall from the heavens back all the way down, which, again, yeah, it's super nice to see that we're holding up here. And this is kind of, why does this chart start in June? E-Hex Hex. Maybe I need the E-Hex wrapped pulse charts. Weekly, this starts in May. That's a little better. That's a little bit better. Let's get our bull market support band over there as well. Yeah, looking good. We're above it on E-Hex USD. And let's take a look on E-Hex wrapped pulse. Why not? Get the whole shebang. Oop, very nice. Put that there, make it weekly, and boom. Yeah, we're above the bull market support band on E-Hex USD, E-Hex wrapped pulse, Hex USD, Hex wrapped pulse, and the king of the Pulsechain ecosystem, wrapped pulse itself. Let's take a look, yeah? Let us take a look. So this is nice. On the daily, it's above the bull market support band on the daily. And we'll look at the weekly in a second, but I'm just looking at how this has held resistance historically. Boom, resistance down, boom, resistance down back here. Consolidated beneath it, popped above it. It looked like we tried. Then we got beneath it, held resistance during the SEC news, and then just held resistance all the way down until a similar thing to over here, this kind of like upward trending channel we got, which was kind of scary, not gonna lie, because you know, we had the upwards parallel channel after a huge dip, and you were seeing like a lot of fractal like things play out that could have said like if we went beneath here and got some like bad news, in theory the fractal would have gone down here. But it's really cool to see. Oh, it's really cool to see that it didn't. Right, that it went above it instead, and now it's looking like it's bouncing off of it. So that's quite nice. Let's look at the weekly. Now the weekly is a little bit of a warning, right? We want to see Pulsechain, wrapped pulse die, right? The USD price get above the bull market support band, right? And that level is currently at around like 6.3, 6.5. So between there, we're at 5.8 right now. So we did wick above it. However, what I want to see, you know, what you want to see if you're long and you're bullish on crypto, if you hold a bag, you want to see price get above these two curves. You want to see these curves kind of level out because it looks like they're starting to level out. So even if we consolidate a bit, you'd want to see price get above this, maybe chill on these levels, and then potentially see kind of a sustained run. Yeah, so this is the least, you know, the least bullish of all the charts I've shown you. And a lot of things do rely on the Pulse price, right? So if Pulse goes up, everything else in the ecosystem arguably can go up. But let me take a look at the chat for a bit. Let's see. Got the hair comments. Can we stake Mintra or something? Yes, you can. app.mintra.ai/stake, or just go to app.mintra.ai. Mint tab, stake, it's right there. Bought a bunch of Mintra punks today. My man. My man. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that. About that giveaway, that airdrop, the mint, the future utility and all that. Same, we'll talk about the rarity. We will talk about the rarity. I love Lightbeam, says Moonwell. You know, that's the Easter egg, man. Lightbeam.xyz. That's our token scanner. You just paste your address. You don't even have to connect wallet. Paste your address, hit scan, super fast, scans for like 5,000 tokens in a few seconds, and then you can add them all to your wallet seamlessly. Just like old times. Yeah, Jim Rat Crypto. Nice to see you in here, man. Let's go. Nice shields. Congrats on launch. Thanks, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, the shields. We got the Mintra shield. We got the Hex shield. We also have the Pulsechain shield. I think I've shown you guys. Let me pull that out real quick. It's a little banged up, but that's why it's not up there. Grab it real quick. You can only have so many up there, right? Pulsechain shield, baby. Just need a pulse one. That's the one I still need. Let's sweat. Congrats on launch. Appreciate it. All should be in the wallet you sacrificed on. Yep. And for official contract addresses, just go to app.mintra.ai. The Learn tab, contract addresses, that should give you all the official contract addresses for, you know, the Mint token, the staking contract, the marketplace contract, even some chain info and other PRC20 official contract addresses that we support on the site. Good to see you, everyone. What's up? What's up? There's no way Hex will outperform PLSX. That's a cool one. Yeah, let's check that out, right? Let's check out PLSX. Can't believe I forgot the forgotten stepchild. PLSX. Cool. So on the USD price, again, similar to Pulse, right? It had a wick up to its bull market support band, and its bull market support band is around the 4 zeros and a 2. We did wick up to there, and now we're about 1657. So same idea. You want to see price get above that and hold it as support. Let's look at PLSX PLS ratio. That's a really good one to see. A little weak. It's a little weak, right? But it's really funny. Like, look at all of these key levels. They're very, very clean ratios, if you will. Like, look at this. What's 0.25? Let's do a little elementary math. It's 1/4. So that means whenever Plsx was here, it's for 1 PLS, you get 4 PLSX. And then look at where it topped out. Look how interesting, dude. I love when charts just respect these natural numbers that are they're really just psychological numbers. It almost got to that 0.5 level, meaning you could have gotten, sorry, my brain isn't braining right now, down here, I'm sorry, 4 PLSX was required to get 1 PLS, and up here only 2 PLSX was required to get a PLS. So yeah, there are these key levels like 4-to-1. The 3-to-1 level would be around here, that 0.333. So let's just get these up on the chart. And it looks like it held some resistance too. And yeah, so we came down to this like 4-to-1, and now we're a little in between 3-to-1 and 4-to-1. But yeah, Pulsex is a little weak against Pulse. You can see like it's been a downtrend compared to if you look at, say, like Hex, right? It's been clearly outperforming PLS from the start. Just interesting to see not only the USD values, but these PLS ratios of all of these Pulsechain ecosystem coins, man. Yo, buddy, we did it. Let's freaking go, man. Yep. Why would the people who collected a SAC provide liquidity? They weren't given any tokens. It's a feature, not a bug. What up, Marco? What up? What happened to Hex, Richard? I think Richard is chilling, man. He's built a lot for us. You guys need to realize that he built Hex, built Pulsechain, built Pulsex. It's all out there. It's all working amazingly. So like, what else do you want? You want him to stream? I would love to see him stream, but again, he's a human. I get it. And also, you know, the regulatory headwinds have been so heavy in the last year or so. And so I don't blame him for kind of trying to keep under the radar, because the SEC will take kind of any chance they get to be like, you get a securities violation, you get a securities violation. So like, yeah, I don't blame him. It's kind of like probably a crap environment for a lot of crypto streamers. Would love to see him back though. Good to be here today live. Yeah, we're just vibing out. Want to keep it short and sweet, condensed with value, and answering y'all's questions, getting a little bit of Hex in here, Pulsex, maybe a little Mintra at the end. Can you explain mint staking, how it works? Yeah. So we can get into that right now, right? So let's take a look at the mint chart. Now, this is a gnarly looking chart, right? It's about 50% below the best SAC rate. And it's cool to compare to others because it's easy to hate on a new project at launch and has its typical post-launch dip. But if you look historically, it's like they all do that. So yeah, so for Pulsex, SAC rate was between this level and the best guy, the biggest whale, got this price for his PLSX. So right now, PLSX is roughly, 60% below the best deal. It's pretty gnarly. Right? PLS, on the other hand, is actually inside of that region, which is actually quite nice, meaning that some people are in profit and some people are at a loss. In particular, those who have not sold at all to, reposition themselves for a new entry basis. We're talking about people who've just been diamond handing their PLS or PLSX, right? So during sacrifice, PLS sacrifice, people paid between these two blue levels. So at first we launched, it's crazy volatile. Everyone was in profit. Some people took profits. We got to that base SAC rate. SEC news dumped. We got to the bottom of the region. It looks like whales have been wanting to protect this best sack rate region, and now we're in between. So again, for those who've been diamond handing from the beginning of launch, where some are at a loss, some are at a break even, and some are in a profit, right? And you cannot say the same for PLSX or for Mint, right? And that's the tricky part of having these alts against PLS. Like, this is the same region for PLSX, and instead of actually being in between the worst and the best sack rate, again, we're like 60% beneath the best sack rate. And if you look at Mint, just launched like what, a week ago, same deal, about 56% beneath sack rate. So technically Mint is doing slightly better than PLSX. Fun fact. And keep in mind, everyone, that all of these sacks were in a bull. So people were sacrificing way overvalued tokens relative to now, like 10-cent hex, 15-cent hex, heck, up to like 30-cent hex for PLSX. And so, I think comparing to not only other sacks, but comparing to the value that you would have had if you had not sacked versus like holding a different coin that you sacked is also a smart thing to look at. So like if you had, held Hex and it went 90% down versus if your sack is only like 50% down. I mean, of course, your argument could be like, well, then I should have held cash and not sacked at all. And that's fair, right? Everyone made their own decisions. But yeah, that is the Mint price as of now. And liquidity is slowly growing, right? The other day it was like 20K. And in the last day alone, it's already doubled to about 40K. And this is not the only liquidity source as well. There's PHUX. And that's the other main one that has about 30 million mint last I checked, and about 300 million wrapped Pulse. So just watch these liquidity pools over time, you guys. It's literally just been a week. Let's get back to wrap Pulse. Then we can talk a little about Mintra and the site. Again, I want to keep this probably under an hour. So ask your questions. Did it be here? Did it be here? Yeah, so staking Mint, how does that work? Yeah, let's get into the app. Why not? Boom, baby. So Mintra is live. Man. Long time coming, man. Waited like a year and a half, nearly 2 years to be able to say that. And Mintra is live on Pulsechain Mainnet. NFT marketplace, baby. Trade your forked over Pulsechain NFTs, your new Pulsechain NFTs. It's a vibe. It's a vibe. So yeah, let's get a little bit into why not, right? Mintra punks. I do want to cover that. So yeah, if you guys were here for like the Pulse stuff, if you guys were here for Pulsex, Hex, we talked about that. Rewind, stick around if you want to chat a little bit about Mintra. I understand if you don't, I won't be offended. So let's talk a little bit about what happened over the weekend, right? So Mintra punks launched as a commemorative little collectible, right? Some people took it way too seriously. And that's not to say that utility can't be added, right? But yeah, again, this was a commemorative launch, a cool little collectible to honor and commemorate the launch of Mintra on Pulsechain Mainnet. It's similar to like some merch at an Apple event or like at a concert or something to commemorate that tour or that launch event. Yeah, so 10,000 of them. Out of those 10,000, this is the supply distribution. Over 360 of them were minted by roughly 140 users, and those users are on a very, very good list, right, to receive value. They've already received a second punk for free just for doing that. And a few of them did have layering errors. It was roughly 2% of them. So those have been burned, and that increases the scarcity of them as well. So there's about 9,800 or so circulating now. About 8,000 of those were given away to Mintra sacrificers, to holders of all these NFT collections, including Hex Toys, HSI holders, Pulse Punks, 9mm Pro, Grove Girls Juice Drop, Richie's World, and so on. And then we have like 300 left or so to airdrop. We'll probably go to like the Tang Funks, and not the Tang Funks, I'm sorry. We already did them. It'll probably go to like the Neckbeard Orange Punks and some other guys. Utility incoming. So very cool. Growing this little community. And yeah, man, I'm excited. I'm really excited for this one in particular. So Mintra, baby. What? We launched, man, and we've already rolled out 2 minor patches. So the gas prices were a little wonky at first. Like it was taking some people some time to get their transactions through, but now they're super fast because we increased the site suggested gas price. So you usually have like MetaMask suggested, right? Your slow, medium, and aggressive. And then you have your site suggested, and our site suggested was a little beneath the medium. So we've brought it up to actually meet market gas prices. So your transaction should be way quicker. Some minor bug fixes on the front end, and including new support for new PRC20s. So the latest PRC20s that we support are 9-inch and BBC, right? The 9-inch guys launched their new decks for the yield farming. And so they have their own ERC20 tokens. And we already support over like 40 PRC20 tokens, and they're super easy to add to the site. Yeah, you can only add them to the site. They can't be removed. So they're immutable. Once they're supported, they're immutably supported, which is super cool. So yeah, 9-inch and BBC are now supported. We added a dozen or so new badges, and I'll explain that in a bit. They're for the categories, right? It's like the niche token communities and some higher level categories, and also added some cool new staking details. So let me give you an example of new badges and categories that we added. So like, I don't know, let's take a look at these guys, Zen Crypto. You know, your Zen Teas, your Zen NFTs, right? These badges, this collection has 2 badges, Zen related and DeFi. So if you go to explore collections, right, and you do show filters, I don't think a lot of people have shown this off yet. Maybe it's not super obvious, but this little filter, this little funnel button, and you can filter by badge as well. If you want Hex related, let's see, what do we got? Hex Space Diamond, some cool Hex art, Hex toys, and so on, right? Some HSIs as well, and some have more badges than others. So like the HSIs, those are Hex related, Hedron related, and DeFi. So that's pretty cool, right? What else do we got? We could sort by Pulse related. Let's see what we got. Got PLS punks, got Pulse spunks, and so on and so on. So very cool. Let's look at the DeFi guys, yeah? Where are my DeFi NFTs? Where are my DeFi NFT bros at? So we got the Watsas, right? DeFi and Hedron related. We got the NFTs. Got the, actually, this needs to be added to the P's NFTs too, now that I think about it. Got the Pulse punks, so they have the royalty pool. So that's definitely DeFi. And same with the Pulse kittens and the Pulse gods. They have some cool DeFi applications. I love those kind of NFTs when they have cool DeFi applications. So don't be surprised to see something like that with Mintra punks coming in the near future. What else? Let's see. So yeah, tons of new badges, right? Niche community tokens like Hex, Zen, ETH, you know, Hedron, whatever. Even a lot of some like the Tang Gang stuff, some HOA related ones. So now it's easier to sort if you're from a particular community. And you know, I've already seen like some of these they're selling for HOA coin and so on. So I think that's really cool because you're able to create like little mini ecosystems within the vaster marketplace and support them. All these niche communities. Even RH related, right? Like Richie's World, Hard Army, and so on. So that's really cool. It's a really cool way to filter. And yeah, this just drops today. So go check it out. Go check it out. Some AI generated art. Boom. Very cool. Very cool. If you go to learn contract addresses, you can see all the tokens we support. Oh, have I not been showing? Oh, I'm awful, bro. Oh, I'm so awful. Present, share screen. God dang it. I'm just talking. But yeah, I'm just going to run through it real quick again. Explore collections, boom. Still show filter, badges, and you can filter by, you know, Hex related or by any of the other ones, these niche communities or DeFi, right? Other categories. You know, DeFi, Pulse related, DeFi, Hedron, Hex, and so on. So yeah, all sorts of combinations, all sorts of crazy combinations. And I think having a way so where users themselves can add these badges to them or suggest them or vote on them, would be better. Yeah, I think that would be awesome, actually. As of now, it's just sort of like an internal indexing categorization process going on. So yeah, super cool, super cool. And yeah, again, we support a bunch of PRC20 tokens, everything from Wrap, Pulse, Mint, Incentive, you name it. Any PRC20 token in the community that's either a blue chip or say like a bridged in blue chip, like a bridged in EUSDC and so on. Obviously the meme coins, the Zen boys, you know, Icosa, all the Hex derivatives, right? Your Maxi, your Deci, and so on. The community built stuff, internet money, time, the PH Universe guys tokens, your 0x Coast stablecoin, your Pateos token, anything you can think of that you would want to trade NFTs with, and obviously the newest ones, 9inch and BBC, they're all there. So go check them out. Go trade your NFTs or your forked over stuff. See what you can get for it, right? Like I had a bunch of forked over stuff, and I was like, oh, very cool. Some of them were airdrops, some of them were stuff I'd gotten on Ethereum, and you know, why not try to sell it? It's free money, man. Like I sold what did I sell? I sold a Funk the other day for like 1 million Pulse. Like boom, awesome. Why not? All right, why not? See what you can sell your NFTs for. Boom, 7 minutes ago, sold. So you can see the recent events here, and Mintra got sold for 250K PLS. It's a little below mint, but that's okay. Yeah, yeah, so pretty active. So what I like to see. Now, someone was asking earlier about the staking. So you're gonna mint stake. This is where that magic happens, right? You have your mint, and it would show up here. If you connect your wallet, it would show your mint and your PLS balances, right? And you hover over it, you have your dollar value, which is super nice. People were asking about that. Maybe it's not too obvious, but yeah, if you hover over any token amount, like your mint, it will show you the USD value. Then this was added today, your percentage of the total supply. So if you're like a whale, right? Like if you're God Whale, he has 1 billion tokens, then it would show up like you own 40% of total supply. And you can see that on Block Scout too, but I think it's cool if you see it here. People have been asking for more staking analytics, so that'll probably be rolled into the next update. You can see your yield here, more staking stats. Send you to the analytics page. You can see like 642 million mint staked. Absolutely insane. Let me go to the Block Explorer. I believe that's the biggest holder of mint is the staking contract. Oh no, well first it's Godwill, 1 billion mint. I'm gonna present, share screen. Instead of doing a tab, I could just share this. Sorry, yeah. So yeah, as you can see here, mint token address. Biggest holder is Godwill with his 1 billion mint. He hasn't touched them yet, 42% of the supply. You have the mint staking address with 638 million mint. Crazy, about 27% of supply. And then these are some big whales, right? This guy, I'm pretty sure is a whale. Pretty sure this is quite a big whale, because as far as I'm concerned, all of the third-party like SAC pools are already distributed to their holders. Then this vault, I believe this is the PHUX liquidity pool, which doesn't count as a single individual, right? And then you keep going and you have your 30 million, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, that should show here as well, your percent of total supply. And in the analytics, that's really cool to see how much volume has gone through, how much PLS there is in the pool right now for staking rewards. You can see the volume broken down across sales and auctions, NFTs, collections, total value locked. This is effectively all of this mint, right? About $1 million of mint staked. Your mint burned since launch. Oh, look at that. We had a nice burn today, man. What's that? What in the world? That's pretty cool. Like we were steadily going down for a minute, but now it just looks flat because what happened here? Someone burned 62,000 mint. That's actually super cool. That's super cool to see. How much is 62,000 mint right now? 62. Nothing crazy, right? $100 worth of mint, but that's more than we've seen. See, that was spike, man. Cool. So the buy and burn, she's doing her job. Love to see it. And yeah, this is gonna do its job over time, right? As more volume goes into the marketplace, there's more staker yield, there's more buy and burn. As you know, a price of PLS increases, if it does, well, that obviously helps the entire ecosystem, and the buy and burn has more power to it, if you will. Amazing stuff. And the buy and burn itself, this is where it happens, is on the burn page. So, you know, people trade their NFTs for all sorts of tokens. And so you can see here that people have been trading their NFTs with PLS, with incentive token, with Hex, with HOA. And so that little 2.25% fee is taken, sent to the fee splitter. And users, you distribute your own rewards. You cause the buy and burn. No one else does that. And you get a bounty for it. So for example, if you were to select, you have to connect your wallet, but then you can select these and you flush them and you get a bounty, right? You would get a bounty for doing that. So you're incentivized to mash that button, which is really, really cool. It's 0.1% of all of the contract balance. So, and it shows you if it's profitable given the gas cost or not. So you flush these tokens, they get swapped for PLS and given to staker yield and to the buy and burn. Again, users distribute their own rewards. So someone go ahead, hit that buy and burn, see if it's profitable given gas, and boom. So anyone is incentivized as soon as it becomes profitable to mash that button. And I can see people scripting certain addresses to do this. We took a page out of Pulsex's book, and only EOAs, externally owned addresses, can call the buy and burn to avoid, you know, ARB bots and ARB contracts that are just like pretty much arbing the difference and trying to like extract that that buy and burn pump by like buying mint, hitting the buy and burn, selling mint. Like you can script that with an EOA too, but it's that's kind of the best way to avoid those ARB bots, is only allowing EOAs. Again, similar to what Pulsex does to help with the buy and burn and avoid ARB bots and high slippage. So that's really cool to see. I'm sure this will be flushed very, very soon. If not, I'll connect my wallet and flush after the stream, because anyone can do it, really. It's a public function. And boom, we have a request leaderboard. So you can see that, you know, you can just go to more requests, new requests, and it would show you, you have to connect your wallet, but it'll show you pretty much like what's the contract address, any details. And there's an optional email field, completely optional, if you want to be, you know, notified when your thing is actually supported. So that's really, really cool. Almost every single one that has been requested is on there. So there are a few more, and those that should be pumped in relatively soon, probably by the end of the day. Boom, man. Really cool stuff. We have our blog, etc. And I don't want to get too much into it, guys. You can go check it out yourself. But yeah, that pretty much covers it, right? You have your drops, people minting NFTs live right here. And again, we democratize this for everyone, man. Anyone can go launch their own collection on Mintra. Hold on, I'm just making sure that I'm not like lagging or anything. So anyone can go launch. And we're making it way easier, because right now you do need to have a little bit of knowledge in IPFS and metadata and so on. But probably within a few weeks, we already have this cool UI set up to where if you want to launch a smaller collection, say like this guy with 100, or this guy with 67, or this guy with 8 even, or 5, like the lower amount, it'll be easier to just like drag and drop your images and type in your metadata, cool toggles, boom, done. But if you're going to do something like these, obviously with like 10,000, then that's not even feasible. So you're going to want to do it the old school advanced way. Because if you're launching a 10,000 NFT collection, you're probably advanced to begin with. So that solves that super nicely. But yeah, it's super cool to see, man. People launching their gifts. This one's pretty cool. It's not official, but it's pretty cool. I like the art, man. I like the art. Pulse announced, lol. These are kind of cool. So you have your preview of like maximum per address 100. So I can only mint 100 of these. Why not? If I were to mint 100, these are the 100 that I would mint next. You're kind of cool. But yeah, guys, the Mintra punks, boom, they're minting out. Same deal, right? You can explore users. I love that. See who's killing it, right? Like these guys, unnamed. Total earned 73 million pulse. Insane. Total spent 22.04 million. So you can compete against other users, right? This is a cool social aspect. The boardist ape, right? Spent 19 mil, earned nearly 10 mil pulse. Very cool. 50 items sold. So you can see how much they've sold. This guy's killing it though. Sold 9 items and already did like a 3x on their pulse. Good stuff. Mr. Butters Havoc, yeah. Oh, I love to see that. The Mintra Punk profile picture. Love to see that, man. Do like to see that. It's such a fun site, man. Such a fun site. So yeah, you can explore your users, explore collections by name, whatever, explore drops, see what's on sale, sort by lowest price. What can I buy for cheap? This costs what? This costs 65 BBC. It's cheap. Nice. We just supported BBC today, and people are already listing stuff for BBC. That's pretty freaking funny, not gonna lie. Your Pulse stars are the cheapest ones, it looks like 17 cents. Nothing to it. Your Saudi birds, your Pulse spunks. So yeah, you can sort by your lowest price, and conversely, you can sort by your highest price. Some people are crazy with it, and you know, what is that? $3 billion. Come on, bros. Be reasonable, please. Like this, who's listing their V1 wrapped CryptoPunk for that much? I mean, it's actually really cool to see that people are listing their V1 wrapped CryptoPunks. Who's selling it? What else you got, buddy? Oh, he has some doodles, some little pudgies. So this looks like a proper Ethereum NFT, bro, because he has a lot of the legacy collections, right? He has the doodles, the loot, the little pudgies, the beans, the V1 wrapped CryptoPunks he's listing for sale. No way. Only 100,000 PLS for a V1 wrapped CryptoPunk? Really? It's kind of cheap. That is kind of cheap. Oh. Highest price, yada yada. But yeah, guys, super cool. Go check out the site. Super proud of it. Couldn't have done it without the team. And you have your auctions too, your highest bids. It's just, you can be on here for a minute. Oh yeah, shout out to Aru Arts, man. Shout out to Aru Arts. Let's go check out her sweet, sweet art that she made. So she's an artist, right? And she's been making these like Pulsechain, Hex, etc. arts, you know, looking good with the Mintra logo art. So she does this thing where she paints them live on stream. So she was on TikTok. I watched her. She was doing this live painting it. And then when she's done painting it, she launched it as an NFT. And I believe she ships it to you too. Don't quote me on that, but I believe she ships that physical painting if you buy the NFT. So she has this on sale for like 25 million pulse, about $1,500. Not too shabby, man. So yeah, people can go. This is an auction, it looks like, so people can go bid it up. Very cool. You can see your description here. Very nice, man. Very nice. Very cool art. So shout out to you for killing it with the physical art. Love to see it. And yeah, man, 51 minutes in. Let me read the chat a little bit, and then we'll vibe for a bit, and then I'll call it a stream. Someone here is thinking they're not too close to the bull. We're closer to a full market crash. So the Fed does, another interest rate hike will cause a crash. Yeah, you know, there's dissenting opinions. But if everyone thinks something is going to happen, then it's like, is it going to happen? DCing with whatever I can, loading up my bags. Nice. Dude, these Mintra CGs are sick. Yeah, man, appreciate that. Are there rare Mintra punks? Yeah, the ones with like with hoodies, the ones with that are like diamond skin. Those are pretty rare. The ones with crowns are pretty rare. We'll get the rarity out there. We'll get that out there soon. But it's yeah, there was a whole idea and the concept behind a lot of these. The ones with like the dollar sign backgrounds and the up arrow backgrounds, the bullish, those are sick. Those are pretty rare, and arguably more valuable just because they're cooler art. Who's the artist in Mintra Punks? I'll ask him if he's cool with doxing himself. I won't do that unless he's okay with it. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but let's get some light up in this, man. I'm looking dark. There we go. That's some good lighting. Use case for Mintra Punks. Yeah, there's a lot of cool ideas floating around in the air. One of them I really like is like, and this could go with any collection that really likes Mintra or the Mint token. You could, in theory, set the royalty recipient to be the Mintra fee splitter. So if you did that, then any royalties from, for example, the Mintra Punks, those don't have it set right now. They have 0% royalty, no royalty. But in theory, if someone were to set like, 3.69% royalty on the Mintra Punks and set the royalty recipient to the Mintra fee splitter, then any secondary sales volume of those Mintra Punks would contribute to buy and burn of the Mint token, would contribute to Mint staker yield. So that's a pretty cool concept. You can have so much fun, so many ideas, man. Like you saw the V1 wrapped crypto punks, right? There could be a V1 wrapped Mintra punk. Why not? Why not, right? And so on. A lot of cool ideas, man. What happens if someone buys a Pulse Ape and Yuga slaps a copyright suit? Yeah, you do have to follow laws, obviously. So if someone does do a IP infringement or copyright infringement takedown request, you do have to do your best to look into it, right? So if you think that there is a copyright or IP infringement, then email support@mintra.io, and it's in our terms, man. Like if you scroll down to the bottom of the site, I'm just gonna read that for you real quick. Website terms and conditions of use. DMCA, thank the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So if you believe that your content has been copied in a way that constitutes copyright or trademark infringement or violates your publicity or other IP rights, please send an email to support@mintra.ai. Include the IP you claim is being infringed, identifying the material with URLs, your contact info. And yeah, at that point, you do have to KYC if you are trying to get something literally taken down from the site from a legal point of view. You need to declare that you have good faith that the use of the material in the manner complained of is not authorized by the IP rights owner. So you'd have to be like, yeah, Yuga Labs doesn't allow that. So they'd have to come through with like, yeah, look at our terms. We don't allow this. So yeah, you just have to hit that email, support@mintra.ai, if you think there are rights being infringed upon, and we're obligated by law to respond. So that's just the name of the game. That's just how it works, man. That is just how it works. Big chillin', guys. Looking good. The right Hex is killing it. It's looking great. Above its bull market support band. Pulse and Pulsex looking a little like they could get above their bull market support band. We hope to see it. We would love to see it. And yeah, guys, it's been a vibe. I plan to do these probably every Monday, every Tuesday, once or twice a week. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Yeah, would love to hear your thoughts. Anyways, I appreciate you all for being here. This has been a fun stream. Make sure to drop a like, comment again when you want to see these, what you want me to talk about next, who I should have on stream. Should I have some other founders on stream, other influencers? Would love to have guys like, the old school, the DCC back on, Maddie, K4K, maybe even some of the newer boys on the scene like Sami. And yeah, guys, it's been real. Have an awesome Monday, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.